I feel like this might be a similar situation, is where a lot of people are assuming and, and stuff like that. I believe Toaster JB that Beverly Hills has wrapped.
Yeah, they have wrapped. Yeah. I actually was just speaking with one of the Beverly Hills ladies the other day. Actually, you know this already. I don't need to name who, but
yeah,
we've been talking about doing a sit down with her, and she was so sweet. Actually, the email that she sent us, it was so sweet. It was just pretty much like, hey, listen, like we wrapped filming. I was really excited about doing this interview. I'm going to have to put this off to the side for a second. Right now, I just really want to focus on my family while I don't have cameras in my face. And then once we get back into it, then I'll give you your interview. And I was like,
yeah, and it's the summer, it's the summer too. Like out of all days, today I'm feeling like it's very summer. I don't know how anyone else feels about it.
I know, it's weird. Yesterday, by the way, guys, yesterday I said to Jason after we went to brunch, I said, let's go to the pool. And I blew up this little floaty thing. And Jason's like, I'm not going to the pool. I went out there and I was like, fine, I'll go out there for 10 minutes. I went out to the community pool. I fell asleep for like 2 hours. I came back. Jason's like, were you there the whole time? I was like, yes, it's summer. Okay.
It's summer. It's so
all right.
So yeah, I'm just curious. We're going to get a lot of chatter coming up the closer we get to a release of Beverly Hills. So there's going to be a lot of chatter happening and a lot of things you're going to have to kind of like pick apart and decide what you believe and not believe, because this is now, unfortunately, this is how it works. We're going to start hearing stories. We're going to start to get set up. We're going to start to, it's not the same anymore. It's not like watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 1 and 2 and 3, where it was kind of light. Now it's toxic and things happen off the show, you know? So, yeah.
I think they always happened off the show. I think we're just, now it's like, you don't really get away with shit. And like,
yeah. And it's not that we're more privy to the information. I feel like there are a lot of like things. Now you have housewives that love to talk to bloggers and want to release things, information that could go somewhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like we had that last season of Beverly Hills. So,
I know it was so funny because Frank Catania just did 2 Teas in a Pod recently. And he said they were asking, does Margaret sell stories to bloggers? And I think that's so funny because, we have a great relationship with Margaret too. With honestly, a lot of people. That's why I always say people think that we like lean in favor of, and it's not true. We have relationships, independent relationships with most
a lot.
People.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
And for Margaret, she's never 1 fed me a story, 2 tried to sell me a story. She doesn't give me shit. For the woman who has the arsenal, and she trusts us. We've had conversations. She'll talk to you. She won't tell you what's happening this season. She won't give you spoilers. She won't throw anybody under the bus. And I thought that was interesting because I would say, listen, if you have some like behind the scenes tea, I would love to have it. But then we've had people from Salt Lake, from Miami, from New York try to give us shit and we never take it. So,
and then some of the stuff that we've been given before, speaking of like the show below, it hasn't turned out to be true, in the end. Right. So it is very interesting. That's why you just kind of, this is why we talk about it. And if we do have a story that we can break first, then we definitely do. But in a light way, I was just laughing that every time we come on Hot Messy Topics, we can't get through an hour without mentioning one of the most controversial, one of the greatest podcasts of all times, 2 Teas in a Pod.
I know. Well, listen, we love our Tamara and Teddy.
We do. And
I want to know, Teddy.
We love talking about him too.
Are you hanging out with Morgan Wade, girl? We want to know. Okay.
She's lucky to hang out with anyone.
I have another question for you guys. And this was a question that I kind of had for Jason too. I want to talk about Lisa Rinna for a second. Lisa Rinna, Lisa Vanderpump, and Kyle Richards, since we're on our diamond holders. So recently, let me just bring this up really quick so I make sure that I know exactly what I'm saying. So recently, Lisa Rinna apparently and her husband, Harry Hamlin, took out a $4.3 million mortgage on their Beverly Hills home. Actually, it was an accumulation of mortgages over the last 5 years, which their home is worth about $4.9 million. So it's only about $600,000 more than the amount of loans that they've actually taken out on the home. And I thought in my head, I'm like, is this a financial cry for help? Like, are we trying to stay afloat? Right. So then I kept looking and I was trying to look into some of the other, women on the show and do they have any kind of situations like this? And as I was going through, I'm going to see if I can pull this up for you really quick. I know I have it somewhere. because Kyle Richards, here, I can't bring it up. Kyle Richards and Mauricio also just took out a major mortgage on their home. And Lisa Vanderpump also just took out a major mortgage on their home, on her home. Kyle Richards and her husband took out a $5.3 million mortgage on their $8.2 million home. So I think my question is here is when I saw Lisa Vanderpump doing it, everybody was speculating. They were saying that she was selling Villa Rosa, that she couldn't afford her lifestyle anymore. And then boom, we see Lisa Rinna doing it. So now seeing Lisa Rinna do it, I was like, she's not hurting for money. She's filming American Horror Story. She's been all over Fashion Week. We've seen her. She's doing all of these major campaigns. She's making a shit ton of money right now.
Right.
So it couldn't be that. And Kyle and Mauricio might actually be one of the richest couples on the Housewives.
I believe they are.
Yeah.
I believe they are.
They're not doing it because they need the money. Is this just like a smart business practice?
It really, I mean, from a sense, because we also play in the real estate world a little bit, and like we make decisions based on certain things. I think it's crazy that they're doing this when the rates are so high, though. That's what gets me. But it's inexpensive for them to do this. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm thinking. It's like the mortgage is inexpensive for them. If they can make it less, it's inexpensive. Listen, they know what they're doing. Mauricio is in real estate. He runs one of the most successful real estate agencies in the United States. So I think there is a good business reason they would be doing this.
Right. So
I don't think they're struggling for money, although a lot of people with wealth don't have their money just sitting in one place. So maybe they need to maneuver things. Yes, Tracy, it can be for tax reasons. It can be for a lot of things. So they know how to work the market. They know what they're doing. I don't think anyone. It's funny because everyone was suggesting that Lisa was selling Villa Rosa, and I even thought like eventually she's going to leave LA. I think they're going to leave Beverly Hills, sooner than later, in my opinion. I think, but they're not selling Villa Rosa. They were just trying to make their money, expand. Rich people know how to keep their money.
Yeah, Partly Cloudy said, I'm wondering if all these mortgages are some kind of tax break or something. I mean, listen, they do say there is like an old saying too, which this might sound really stupid because this is what Louis commented on my Instagram when he wanted to kind of clap back at me, but I didn't say anything, Louis. I just said that the house is only in your LLC, okay? But Louis was like, and it's paid for in full. And I didn't realize that people don't want to pay their house in full because then you don't get the tax break.
Correct. So yeah, that's, we worked in real estate, Adam. We know some of the stuff, but a lot of people buy their homes in LLCs, i.e. all of the Kardashians, every single one. So it's true. All business. It's all business.
Okay. Well, shall we move on, Jason? Which way are we going? Are we going to Vanderpump Rules? Or are we going to New Jersey?